Welcome guys again in my studio, Peter Kontor. Today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I do my pre-master, like reference kind of point and see what my outboard gear can do with the track. The track is pretty much balanced. I'm gonna mix it in mono, put elements on a certain level, and then I'm gonna start routing it through the stuff that we have here. I'm gonna be using a bunch of analog gear, and let's see what we can come up with. I'm a little bit sick today, so sorry guys for my voice, but yeah, I have a runny nose, so winter hit Chicago full speed, and that's the result. All right, let's get down to business. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna play the track and start leveling everything up, beginning from the kick, then the bass. Find a nice balance, route it in a certain way, put effects on the bus, and then see what we can come up with. So yeah. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, it's basically um, start routing stuff to the proper like channels, buses, and then put some stuff on it. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna basically route all those what do you call it, buses to like one output, and basically route it through the analog gear that I have here. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it. I'm moving the channels one by one by putting them certain outputs on the analog. See the first channel here. It's the kick. That's the low end, basically. That's the kick and the bass. The second channel is two stereo outputs. Bass line. We have a kick drum. Bass drum. We have a drum. I call it drum bass. Basically, this is what do you call it? Folder percussion. I put him on the last one because in here we'll be able to do some extra stuff with it. I can put some saturation, and you can see on this analyzer, there's no coloration. Everything sounds super tight, very mono so far. Alright, so we have that. We can check also here. We can check. Hold on, guys, I'll show you. There you go. Sorry guys, this is right now everything is bypassed, so let's see, everything is bypassed now. So what you're hearing basically is just straight up signal going to a stereo output, and I'm gonna switch it over to different outputs so you can hear the difference, how much the difference you're gonna get just running strictly through the analog summing mixer, and pretty much none of the gear yet. So let's listen. This is just a regular stereo out. As you can see, there's nothing coming out. Okay, let me dim the lights a little bit. basically right now there's no signal coming out and through the to the analog gear. So for now, I'm gonna switch it over. Okay, ready? I also have to put the sonar correction room. That works for me here. Now everything is running basically through the analog gear. As you can see, all the channels. We have a kick in the bass on the first two, kick in the sub bass. That's very important. And I can do mono analog. It does a really cool thing, but I think it's just joining two channels separately to like one big mono louder. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it like that. Alright, so this is it. On the screen here you can see the coloration, everything's good. There's only minor phasing. You can also see this nice graphic. You don't see any huge spikes. What worries me is this little dip here. Why is it there? Let's see, why is it there? Not sure, maybe it's one of the instruments doing that. Anyway, moving forward, we're gonna do some power limiting within the Dangerous Music box. The second thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run it through the API 2500 compressor. There's an extra output coming from the Dangerous Music box, the Dangerous Music 2 Box Plus. Sorry guys, and I can route the signal to go through this compressor and feed it back. So let's see how that's gonna react to it. Getting ready really nice slap. I'm gonna show you with and without. Alright, so now we're gonna follow the signal. The next part is actually signal that's coming out of the Dangerous Music 2 Bus Plus, and it goes to this rack that I have here on my left hand side. Now I'll show you briefly what I have it here. And basically, here's my signal chain. Starting from the top, well, the main unit here is the Dangerous Music Liaison. It's analog switch with fewer cool functionalities. You can memorize settings and add really cool stuff, power limiting, that I'm going to explain in a second. But starting from the top, I'm adding usually a little bit of Apex exciter, the arrow exciter. There's two parts. One part gives bottom end harmonics, and you can drive it a little bit, and the top part you can add some harmonics to the mids and upper mids, and it creates this really nice space. Secondly, I use the vitalizer. I usually don't use anything on actual compression. Sometimes, if I have a really nice bass running, I can try the sound to be more soft or tight. Depends on what kind of bass I'm running. And I use a stereo expander on it. This is a really cool unit. I don't think they make them anymore. No, they do. You can actually buy it. Underneath, I have my solution to top end, Clariphonic. This unit it's a much different than the plugin. I found it to be more open and more present, and just overall sounds a little bit better. That's why I bought it. And underneath, this is something that I'm trying right now. This is something that I've been working on. I can't tell you right now, but it's a cool concept that I have, and I'm gonna try it. Second of all, the next thing that this thing does, that I'm running the signal over, will be the MX Master. It's a mid stereo, mids and size separation unit for mastering that allows you also put an insert to those signals separately, which is really cool. And then lastly, I use really cheap old classic kind of compressor, 3630. 30 cheap. You can get it probably for $60. Really good condition, like $100 on eBay. And I'm using this as a special feature on this liaison that you can route the signal to the compressor and then feed it back to the circuitry, so to create this newer compression, the power compression effect. So that's what I'm using it for. That's what we're going to use now. So I'm going to start from the top. I'm going to be showing you what each individual sound does by pressing enabling those units here on the mixer. So let's have a listen. And yeah, this will be mono as well. So for now I'm doing still mono. Okay, so far I added basically the exciter. This is exciter, then the vitalizer, and then the clariphonic for hot topping. And now I'm soloing the MS Master. So basically, this is no stereo. This is the mid, the very important part. So here, I can solo it, and I can insert one of the EQs that are below here. It's like actually PQX 572 EQ. I'm going to see what I can get here, something different, something unique, just by EQing this part. that's coming back from that whole rack that we just went through, and I'm gonna send it over to the SSL compressor. You guys gonna hear how this thing works. I think it's overpriced, to be honest, and I'm thinking I'm gonna sell it, and I'm gonna get Dangerous Music compressor. I'm just gonna try it to see if it works more for me. I mean, for electronic music, I don't think it make a big difference. Opens the sounds a little bit. It's hard to explain. You'll probably be able to hear it maybe. And then we're gonna run it through the Waves Max BCL. That's gonna be the last stage of the whole thing that we're doing here. So let's get to it. As you can see, I can show you how we started off and then how we end up here, but I think it's already sounding pretty decent. Let me guys know what you think about my mastering chain. After I'm gonna be done with this, I'm gonna turn it off and try to polish it a little bit more better, so that I don't have to put so much processing at the end. Just gentle correction here and there and enhancement. So yeah, I'm gonna be working on some EQ and excuse me, it's kind of late, and basically yeah, just do some imaging as well. I have this plugin that I purchased from it's like a pitch shifter, but really nice one. I'm gonna try it on a few things in this track. That's gonna be another thing that we're gonna add, but that's another time. For now, the track is pretty much sounding okay. Maybe there's some harshness for me that I can hear right now in the drum bus. I have a cool plugin for that. It's called there you go, refinement. It removes harshness from the sound, so yeah, much better, I think. hi-hat bothers me too. I'm gonna put another refinement on here. Alright, so that's gonna be track after applying all those stuff. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna head out to bed and I'll see you next time. If you like what I do, follow me, subscribe, and hit the like button so other producers can learn too. Other people can know what we're having fun with here. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Peace out.